Bonjour à tous, bienvenue dans la suite de ce let's play sur Vampyr. On vient de résoudre enfin la quête des Week. On doit aller maintenant au dock. Mais juste avant, normalement j'ai récupéré un nouveau document qu'on va analyser. Ah bah zut alors, je comprends pas. Normalement je suis censé avoir récupéré un document. Et en général il faut les analyser pour découvrir des nouveaux traitements. Lettre froissée, charpent en laine. Alors je ne comprends pas. J'ai reçu un document illisible. Et je croyais que c'était un document à analyser du coup, mais apparemment non. Apparemment non. Voilà, échantillon et ingrédients. Voilà une formule énigmatique. Cette formule notée sur un bout de papier semble assez complexe. Elle doit être analysée. Bah oui, je veux bien. Je veux l'analyser. Et pourquoi elle apparaît pas? Pourquoi elle n'apparaît pas? Je suis pas fou quand même quoi, elle est bien dans mon inventaire, ça me demande bien de l'analyser, mais elle apparaît pas dans les objets à analyser. Alors là je suis perdu. Bon bah tant pis, on verra ça plus tard. Ou alors faut peut-être voir ça avec un docteur plus compétent. On va voir si on peut parler à Swansea. Il peut peut-être m'aider à propos de cette note.
If you don't mind, I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused...
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. We've no idea what this creature really is.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
It's hard to explain in terms...
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have...
Is this proof that I'm cursed in
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated belief.
What exactly...
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created...
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the guard of Prewin come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Ouais, c'est ce que je dis, on sait pas si c'est vraiment lui, hein, parce que personne n'a rien vu au final.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewin. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here.
I can guarantee one thing. The guard of Priwen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
Thank you, Edgar.
Bon, c'est pas lui qui peut m'aider. Je sais pas quoi faire pour ces notes, du coup. On verra plus tard. Au niveau des quêtes, donc là on a tout fait. Et au niveau des docks, on va y aller maintenant. Pour l'instant on n'en a aucune. Donc allons-y, c'est parti pour les docks. En gaffe parce qu'on a vu que là les gardes ça rigolait plus.
Oh my God! It's done for him!
Est-ce qu'ils sont résistants à l'assommer ceux-là? Le plus simple c'est qu'ils partent, je pense. Voilà. Tout ça au moins. Tout leur barre d'un prix. Alors, explorons un chouïa les petits endroits qui nous manquaient ici. Voilà, les petites ruelles sur le côté là, notamment. Belle parade, bien placée. Un gros coup de masse dans la tête et il arrive à me frapper quand même, quoi. Donc en dessous là on arrive dans les docks où on avait été dans les égouts. Où on avait affronté un loup-garou. C'est ça, ouais, c'est les égouts où on était. Donc en fait j'ai déjà globalement nettoyé tout ça normalement. Ouais, la caisse est ouverte. Oula. Ah, c'est la première fois que j'ai un freeze comme ça. Bon. Et ben un gros plantage. Ok, donc suite au plantage du jeu. Premier une dizaine d'heures, donc ça va, on va pas dire que non plus que ce soit fréquent. Ah par contre ouais j'ai bien repop en arrière. Excusez-moi. Ah ça va, tout n'a pas repop. Je peux y redescendre direct. gravé. Ah oui, Clay. Ah, c'est le couteau de Clay.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
Alors, le couteau de Clay, il est comment? Machette commune, 58 de dégâts. Bâton barbelé. Ah, c'est celui que j'ai. 6 visées, 65. Ah, d'ailleurs, ma 6 visées, elle est un peu mieux que ma machette. Elle est niveau 2, alors que ma 6 niveau 1 fait plus de dégâts. Pour juste 5 d'enduit de plus. Et une vitesse d'attaque identique. Je vais l'équiper. Gourde à musée, moins bien. Machette commune. Et il est où mon couteau? Il est où mon couteau? Il est là, il est là. Réconforter le couteau à son propriétaire, c'est ça. Il est là en fait, c'est une quête. Attends, je t'en frapper, mais je peux pas ouvrir la porte. Ah, je peux sauter en face, en haut. Pour aller, ouais, voilà. Pour aller justement dans la partie que j'ai pas encore explorée de Whitechapel. On va pas y aller tout de suite. On va aller juste vite fait explorer la petite grotte. Ouais, bon, il n'y avait rien. Ok. Et ah bah voilà, bah j'arrive au dock, c'est parfait, parce que de toute façon c'est là que je voulais aller. On arrive au dock. C'est parfait. Et là je rejoins les docks où on avait, ça devait être fermé avant je pense. Maintenant ça doit être ouvert. Voilà, c'est ça, maintenant j'ai déverrouillé, voilà. Par là. Ça c'est pour revenir de l'autre côté, mais bon tout ça j'ai déjà exploré du coup. Et ah oui, mais là on revient là où il y avait le pharmacien. Ok. Et du coup, on doit pouvoir... Là, je vais... Ouais, il y a une porte ici aussi et une porte là. Ouais, donc en fait, je vais aller déverrouiller les autres portes également. Parce que j'y ai jamais été au final. Parce qu'en fait, la seule fois où je suis revenu ici, c'était pour la quête effectivement du pharmacien qu'on a tué là. Et c'est vrai que j'ai pas continué à explorer la zone. Alors qu'en fait, il y avait peut-être des trucs. Voilà, c'est ça. Je peux continuer tout droit, aller jusqu'au bout ici. Niveau 16. Ah, ils ont monté le niveau aussi. Hein. Ah, putain, alors j'ai jamais eu de plantage en 10 heures de jeu. Et là, j'ai encore un plantage. Ah, là, par contre, ça commence à... C'est pénible. Ah, non, c'est bon. Ouf. Oh, super. Ok, donc là il n'y a rien de spécial. Et du coup, c'est vrai que voilà, j'étais allé jusque là, mais j'avais jamais été plus loin. Alors qu'en fait, plus loin, ben, c'était juste à côté. C'était une petite porte vers le quartier. Ben là, il y a juste le bar, là, le bar du début du jeu. Voilà, c'est ça. Et plein de nouveaux PNJ maintenant. Tes ordres. Sur l'air moitié louche, mais pour l'instant je peux pas les espionner. Et là je peux continuer par là. Il y a toute une petite zone ici, avec sans doute une porte encore là, entre les deux. C'est pas dessus. Oula. Voilà. Résistant celui-là aussi. Alors, trouver Sean dans les docks. Je suis dans les docks, au fait. Il est où? Ah oui, il est vraiment quelque part dans la zone du bar, en fait. Je pensais que dans les docks, ce serait, voilà, quoi, dans une zone un petit peu désaffectée, quoi. Comme là, on était au début du jeu. Mais il est vraiment dans la partie chez les civils, quoi. Aussi vite, il s'est réfugié dans le bar. Et comme c'était un mec sympa, il a été accueilli à bras ouverts, il a fait un carnage, quoi, aussi vite. Quoi ça? Ah oui, là. 17. Jouer. Ça me fait aussi mal qu'à toi, ne t'inquiète pas. Pas du tout. Par contre, il a réduit ma barre de vie à mort, quoi. Là, je suis obligé de me soigner du coup pour. Voilà, faut vraiment que je monte mon pouvoir de soin aussi.
This is
Ça me rend plus
Braille.
la vie.
I need someone who can read this.
Deuxième texte en braille. Et maintenant que je suis un charme niveau 2, je devrais pouvoir le... Ah non, c'est niveau 3. C'est vrai, c'est niveau 3 qu'il faut pour que le mec accepte de me parler. Soulever le Ah oui. Encore une attaque. Ténèbres. Allez, alignez-vous. Hop, la gâchette de sang. Ok. Ok, on va le délivrer. Ici, c'est quoi? Non, il n'y a pas toute une zone. Ici, c'est la grille à déverrouiller, justement, pour revenir vers les docks. Et... Quoi? Je sais pas pourquoi il a sorti son arme. Il y a un ennemi peut-être dans les coins, là. Bah non, même pas, c'est bizarre. profiter pour se remettre bien parce que... Voilà. Comme ça on est full vie, full sang, on est bien. Et du coup, ouais bah c'est ça, on a exploré toute la petite zone là, donc on peut aller aider le mec maintenant qu'on a fait le ménage. Voilà. Voilà, et tranquille, siffler une petite binouse.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any...
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men?
Ça nous fait un point commun.
Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This...
Ok, donc lui il va être un nouvel habitant du quartier. Des balles. Après c'est vrai que j'utilise jamais les flingues, c'est vrai. Après, je leur trouve pas une grande utilité. Je trouvais que le pieu assommait beaucoup plus vite que le pistolet. Après le pistolet assomme à distance quoi, mais bon. Après c'est vrai qu'une fois amélioré c'est peut-être mieux, mais... C'est vrai que j'utilise pas vraiment les armes du coup dans le jeu. Ouais.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his
Ok,
family.
donc François la montre à sa famille des Gilligan. Le mec il a voulu se révolter contre les... Bah, soit la garde de Priwen, soit le gang des boutis machin là je pense. Rien de plus ici. Ok, on se casse. Et bah du coup on va aller dans les docks pour revoir tout le monde. D'accord, ouais, c'est pour retraverser le pont, ça on s'en fout du coup, on n'a pas besoin d'y aller. Ça, c'est une nouvelle personne dans le quartier.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
What can you tell me?
A shithole filled with maggots, liars and...
Is there no one?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent...
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No, hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
What's your
I
occupation?
take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Ok, donc il va falloir retrouver le collier.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Lui, il a un rhume, je peux le soigner.
Any chance you can help me?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
Ouais, Tom Watts, ça correspondrait à la well symbole
Do
de
you
quête.
require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients.
Il serait peut-être un peu plus
Yeah.
sympa.
I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Dis pas merci surtout quoi. Ça aussi c'est un nouveau du coup.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing.
No, it's just that people prefer to...
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Il est malade aussi.
What can you tell?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the street.
This city has abandoned so many.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
La mère de l'autre.
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of...
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folk.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very...
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The bulk...
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So long, Rufus. Be
Et
careful.
ils m'ont dit pas
Take
plus,
care.
lui aussi, malgré que je le soigne. Allez, aider les gens. Quoi. C'est vrai que tout ce qui manque, c'est juste une petite minimap, histoire de ne pas regarder tous les secondes, d'ouvrir le gros truc pour voir à peu près vers où aller et qu'est-ce qu'il reste à faire, quoi. Là, faut que j'aille tout droit. Je peux aller faire le petit bord de l'eau là, remonter ensuite ici et revenir vers le bar. Ah, là voilà la mer de l'autre.
So love to gaze at the stars.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the...
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? I can't remember. I've been nothing but worry.
It's locked.
Franchement, je suis docteur, je ne fais que venir vous piller un petit peu vos médicaments et vos bouts de métal qui traînent. Ne vous en faites pas. C'est français, c'est la police française. Il n'y a rien de spécial chez elle. Elle est pas malade. Plein d'indices à trouver.
So you have questions about the flu then?
Yes. Among...
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
How is life around?
Life has always been hard in the East End.
Do you think the increase in violence has...
Don't know, but it's most likely linked to the gangs if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the...
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He
Jack.
died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Shaw.
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne.
Bon, on n'aura pas appris grand chose avec elle.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
Est-ce que ça m'a débloqué un dialogue avec lui du coup d'avoir parlé
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Miss.
Non, rien du tout.
So long, Rufus. It's locked, all right.
Cabane de Rufus. Ah oui, oui, c'est une belle cabane, hein. Moi j'appelle pas vraiment ça une cabane, mais plutôt une grosse maison, mais pourquoi pas. Bon, on a fait le tour, il n'y avait rien de spécial. Maintenant qu'on a parlé à sa mère, est-ce qu'il nous dit quelque chose de plus, lui?
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah, yeah.
Rien du tout. Et rien du tout.
Goodbye, Mr.
Ok. Alors, il nous reste à remonter la rue par le côté droit, et j'aurais fait, normalement, globalement, le tour des docks, à part le petit coin bateau ici, mais il ne doit pas y avoir grand chose. On va remonter la rue. Donc là, c'est là où il y a mon refuge, si je me rappelle bien. Ouais, c'est ça. Je pensais que c'était peut-être un bug, maintenant que j'ai redémarré le jeu, je pensais avoir peut-être le document à analyser, mais toujours pas. Toujours pas. Alors l'arrivée, je sais pas, reboubé. T'as pas raté grand chose, j'ai fini les quêtes de l'hôpital et là je viens d'arriver sur les docks et donc je suis en train de découvrir tous des nouveaux PNJ en fait. Les nouveaux PNJ de la zone qui n'étaient pas là la première fois où on est arrivé dans les docks au début du jeu. Ah. Ah oui, c'est les deux qui étaient là tout à l'heure qui se parlaient. Là, il y a
Good
plein de
evening,
monde là.
miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then?
Ah,
Fancy
la femme
buying
de
something from
Clay.
me, maybe?
What can you tell me about...
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt, or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Eh bien, je pense qu'il y a au moins deux fins, je dirais, Boubé. Une fin, si on est gentil, qu'on n'a pas tué de civils et qu'on a soigné les quartiers. Et j'imagine une fin plutôt mauvaise si on a tué les civils et qu'on a laissé le chaos s'installer dans les quartiers. Donc j'aurais tendance à dire au moins deux, peut-être plus. J'essaie de pas me spoiler en fait, je vais pas voir les succès avant de finir au moins une fois le jeu en fait pour ne pas me spoiler.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
What can you tell me?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of some...
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That's...
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must...
Je suis pas certain que ce soit une bonne nouvelle pour eux. Pour info, Boubès, que tu avais dû rater ça, le Hampton, c'est un mec qu'on avait sauvé au tout début du jeu, qui en fait s'est transformé en vampire a priori dans l'hôpital et qui a tué un patient.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you...
Je vais attendre avant de revendre l'anneau parce que je peux peut-être en tirer des bons composants. Booth, voilà, celui qui a été à tuer quelqu'un. Je vais vite fait finir le tour de la zone. Pas l'air d'avoir grand chose. Ah si, une petite pièce là. Ça met nous ça. Ok, un raccourci pour aller vers les docks nord. C'est là qu'on avait affronté le premier boss du jeu, là, ici. Juste là. Ok, donc ça on ira plus tard. Ça c'est la grille qu'on a ouverte tout à l'heure, c'est ça. Voilà, ça y est, je crois qu'on a fait le tour de la zone. Lettre de candidature. Bonjour Franck, comment vas-tu? Ça m'a fait vraiment plaisir de te voir la semaine dernière. J'espère que tout se passe bien. Ici la situation fait qu'empirer. Clay devient de plus en plus violent et il ne parle que des temps de notre territoire. Les wet boot boys sont dans de sales draps, j'en ai bien peur. J'ai donc pensé à ce que tu m'as dit la dernière fois que nous sommes vus. Que tu n'avais jamais regretté d'avoir quitté le gang. Je veux que tu saches que tu auras ma protection si tu refais un tour ici, ok. Peut-être qu'on pourrait se revoir pour aller parler affaires et discuter d'un nouveau job pour moi. Comme tu le sais, j'ai toujours été bon avec les chiffres, alors si tu as besoin d'un comptable dans ta compagnie, n'hésite pas à m'en parler. Booth Digby. C'est le mec qui avait à l'extérieur là.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who.
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Are you some kind of vigilante?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Bah, c'est pas Clay le chef des Boot Boys?
So you're a concerned criminal.
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some...
I saw many men like you during...
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
What can you tell me about the...
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are...
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be...
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against disease.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Tell me about the man you killed, but
One of us had been killed, so we had to...
there has to be more to it.
No, really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. We're...
Ah oui, c'est lui qui a fait la lettre de candidature.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint.
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Et elle, si je lui dis qu'il veut se barrer.
Good evening, Miss.
Hello again.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover, if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Mais Edwina Cox, elle est pas avec Clay Cox du coup?
Goodbye, Miss.
Il est passé où? Il est parti dans son refuge? Non. Il est là.
You again.
Do you know Edwina?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Ouais, donc c'est bien ça. Elle est avec,
Goodbye, Mr. Dick.
elle est avec Clay normalement.
Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Journal intime. Parce que je détourne le regard alors qu'il se moque de ma couleur de peau, je me déteste. Parce que je pleure comme une petite fille quand ils m'insultent, je me déteste. Parce que je les insulte comme un garçon quand ils ne sont plus là, je me déteste. Parce que je hais mes parents, je me déteste. Parce que je souris aux clients qui m'appellent Sabrine Avante, je me déteste. Parce que je n'ai jamais trouvé le courage d'avouer à Tom ce que je ressens, je me déteste. Ça, c'est la boniche du pub. Bah, elle, là, voilà, Sabrina.
These murders are the work of a vampire.
Chabod, c'est là, un vampire.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best
Ils
be
vendent un
off
peu
to
trop
your
pour,
hunting then.
pour être un
If
vrai
the sewer
chasseur.
dog is back. And hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, m'lady.
Ouais. Il a eu le jeu une note de 15 pour PC, 13 pour console. Ouais, j'ai vu ça, il a eu des notes plutôt correctes. À part sur Gamecube, je crois, j'ai vu, ils ont mis 5. Mais bon, en même temps, sur Gamecube, ils disent qu'il y a une surabondance des combats, alors que je passe 80% de mon temps à parler à des gens, ils résoudre des enquêtes, donc je sais pas où est-ce qu'ils ont vu leur surabondance de combats, mais on n'a pas joué au même jeu, quoi.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Par contre, toi t'es qui, toi?
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter?
Je pourrais l'éclater en deux secondes.
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
Pas vraiment, non. Il était contre la garde de Piwen.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
How do you identify?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures?
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in it?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Super la quête, quoi.
Have you heard of the Guard?
Of course. They're dedicated hunting.
So you hunt alone? That's
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could have...
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talk...
I could make you tell me, but I respect...
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Ok, nouveau secret sur Hampton, du coup. Il est comment? Il est pas malade.
Goodbye.
Ok. Et avant d'aller au bar, parce que c'est la chose qu'on va faire en dernier, du coup. Je suis juste en train de voir les murs, hein. C'est juste pour coller les affiches pour la quête. Je sais pas comment ça marche, il y a une petite marque sur un mur sur lequel je peux poser une affiche, ou c'est un endroit où il y a déjà une affiche déchirée comme ça. Déjà je vais l'activer, comme ça j'aurai peut-être des indices sur ma minimap. Hop, alors les docs, voilà, là on a déjà débloqué pas mal de personnages et de quêtes. Alors c'est prendre des affiches dans le tas. Ok, déjà si j'avais les affiches sur moi ça marcherait mieux. Il est où le tas d'affiches? Ah ouais, bah c'est loin, moi j'irai plus tard. Enfin c'est loin, c'est pas loin mais... On va d'abord finir les trucs du coin. Tout le tour, donc on va aller dans le bar. Des bugs, ouais, j'ai eu... Alors j'ai pas eu de bug, enfin jusqu'à présent j'avais pas eu de bug en une dizaine d'heures, parce que là on va arriver aux vidéos 9 et 10 là, à peu près, donc on sera autour de la dizaine d'heures. Et sauf là, où cette heure-ci, là, dans cette vidéo-là, j'ai eu deux freezes, deux plantages. Ça m'était jamais arrivé avant. Un qui a été assez dur, parce que j'ai dû couper le jeu, et il a fallu que je relance le jeu. Et l'autre qui au bout de 10-15 secondes, c'est bon, le jeu a fini par repartir. Et j'en avais jamais eu jusque là. Alors Dyson, on va pouvoir te soigner, tiens.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
What do you do for a living?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drink.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joy...
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't...
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap...
How dare you...
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
Another time. Is there anything...
How dare you say such a thing?
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express dis...
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the...
Sounds like you were an idealist.
No, sir. I was an anarchist, and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
Eh ben, il est bavard maintenant.
I want to know more about your...
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then? I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me?
About the sad saint? I'll try asking.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Ok, donc on a presque terminé de parler à, je pense, qu'à la plupart des PNJ des docks. Je pense que là on a vu tout le monde.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back.
I'm much more myself than when we first.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you...
You look concerned, Miss Kell.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place.
I've got responsibilities. And it's not like I've got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the...
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force...
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man...
Et tu peux pas me dire où il est son refuge de nuit? Ça m'aiderait pas mal.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part...
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your...
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love...
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Bon, de toute façon, on n'a plus que lui à qui parler. Je le garde en dernier parce que je me doutais, tout le monde me disait que c'était à lui qu'il fallait parler, donc je me doute bien. Il est parti où lui? Il est parti où l'alcoolique? J'ai oublié de le soigner. Il est en train de pisser ou quoi? Ouais, c'est ça. Eh mec, excuse-moi.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What?
Inebriation aside,
Yes.
take this then.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop it.
Goodbye.
Voilà, soigné. On me dira merci plus tard. On va parler à Tom et on va arrêter après ça.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir.
Pour cette
How are you
dixième vidéo.
tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts.
What can you tell?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End. Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean,
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise would.
Since I'm here,
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
how could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the...
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many...
Et puis sauver la paix dans le
You're
coin.
something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget.
Why does your waitress feel in danger?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Sabrina seems very fond.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her for sure.
What is bothering you then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to...
Bon, les deux s'aiment, ils se l'avouent pas, quoi.
Tom,
poulet.
I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at...
I believe he returned to his flock.
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. Would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stays.
Ok.
So few clients.
Donc là, Est End, il est ici. Ok, donc faut qu'on aille là, bah c'est parfait. Parce que on a plusieurs quêtes qui nous y mènent. Il y a la quête principale, il y a la quête de l'hôte avec ses affiches. Et l'hôte avec son entrepôt, ça doit être un des 3 entrepôts qui est là, justement, aussi là pour son alcool. Donc c'est parfait. Et ben, merci à tous d'avoir suivi cette vidéo. La prochaine devrait arriver également assez vite. Ouais, sans doute très vite même. Donc voilà, merci à tous et à la prochaine.